I keep going off on a tangent about the problems I've been running into with the click and grow system. And I'm at the point where this thing was so poorly thought out. I mean, I am not a professional. I don't grow things. Um, but it seems like a lot of this stuff should have been thought about of what's wrong with this thing. Uh, the first problem I have is if you lose power for a brief moment. Like I had the guy with the dishwasher repairman came the other day, and I had to flip a few switches to make sure the power was off for the dishwasher, and I didn't know which switch was which. They're labeled, but it's not clear which one goes to the dishwasher. So in that time period, the plant lost power for a brief moment. Comes back on, it wants to be on for another 15, 16 hours. So that right there, it does not retain memory of where it was in a life cycle when it loses power. There's no persistent state. And that's a big one, because to reset that to the correct life cycle, I have to remember, oh, it's 10:30 at night. I need to unplug that plant. And then I have to set my alarm for early in the morning so that I can run downstairs, plug the plant in, and then go back to sleep. It's inconvenience, but you can work around it. My work around that was this. And I feel like this is the stupidest way to work around the issue, but it works. This is old technology. This is something that people would use to make the lights in their house go on and off so that the people would think that somebody's still home when people are out on vacation. It's as simple as that, and this is old technology. There's no memory other than, oh, there's notches. That's your memory. So, that's issue number one. Issue number two is when the thing runs out of water. When it runs out of water, the lights blink on and off an SOS distress signal. If I'm not home when those lights are going on and off, and it's late at night, and I did have this sitting in my front window at one place, it causes it gives probable calls for neighbors to call police and have police come in to see if anybody is in need of help. I have not had that happen, but it causes a lot of paranoia of what could happen if it runs out of water and I'm not home. I don't want to have people invading my privacy just because the nanny of a plant thinks the plant doesn't have any water, or, well, is aware of the plant doesn't have water. Let's just say that. I think it will still have a little bit of water until I'm trying to think what happens. I don't know, but let's just go on. The arm. This thing was like one of the final straws today. And this is really at the lowest height, because this appears to be adjustable. I feel it notch up and down. At the lowest height, it's fine. But as soon as you move it up one notch, it thinks there's no water in the system. And it starts flashing like crazy. Now, the problem I have with this specifically today is because I've been watching my plant grow. And I have one that's like skyrocketing. And it's about to hit the top of that arm. And I could clip the plant, but I'd be clipping it too close. Or, well, I'll show you what the problem is. So here's the plant, and well, I'll just stick the arm in so you can see that too. Oh man! All right, so I got the arm in. I'll plug the thing in. All right. So guess what? That plant is almost touching the arm, and I'd say give it 2 or 3 days and it'll hit it. But see, there's the first set of leaves. So what options does that give me? Can I clip the second set? Because these are like the baby leaves down here. I don't know if you can see it. It does have, it has baby leaves, but those leaves they don't produce anything. They don't seem like they're going to grow any bigger. So I got to do some research and see if I can clip that next set, or if I need another set to sprout after that before I should start clipping. But yeah, I am just so frustrated with this thing. So my solution right now with that arm and everything is, well, I'll show you one thing I was thinking about. So I have a super bright LED light here. And I'll show you how bright that thing is. Wait, let's turn this back on and we can compare. How about that? I am your father. I'm just not even happy enough to enjoy that. Okay. I don't even know if you can see how bright one is compared to another. I have some lights up here as well. So you can see there's a little bit of yellow tint to that light, whereas this is super bright white. And this one seems to be super bright white as well. I don't know. It seems to be the same intensity. So I think what I can do, and correct me if this seems stupid, is I can put this light and I can lift this arm and I can probably tape the light on in some way like that. So I'll still have a little bit more time before the plant grows and hits that. But see, when I figured that out today, I got so frustrated because that means the electronics pretty much do nothing. The water sensor is wonky. The alarm system to tell me to water it is wonky, gives me a lot of paranoia. The lighting system has problems where it'll give you too much light if the power goes out. And you gotta know if the power went out or not, because every clock runs on batteries now and they won't tell you that the power was out. And then the arm is not adjustable. Well, it is adjustable, but it's going to start flashing that it needs water when it does not. I mean, I have more water than enough because the float's going above the flat surface there. So I'm just very frustrated and upset with this clicking grow. I hope they have their act together today. I hope they've thought about this, or they've thought all this through, because it's been like 3 or 4 years since I got this. It's not their first system. That's the thing that really gets me. They've made systems like this before. I think it's their first one with a light on it. It's just, there's a lot of frustration here. I was going to talk about how much fun I've been having with my other project tonight, but this has consumed me because it's like It's building up one problem after another, and it just, I feel, see, this is why my plants really failed the first time, why they died, because of some of these failings. Um, the the light I didn't trust, so I put it out by the front window, and then when it started flashing, that it was out of water, and I came home one night to see that happen. Oh my gosh, there's a reason why this thing failed the first time. I'll just say that. And it seems like I'm being reminded of these same problems that are coming up again, and finding new problems. And here's another thing. I'm just trying to pull this out. What do you see there around that light? You see how the plastic's like um, brown or yellow? I don't know, but I get the feeling that the light might be a little too hot. And I don't know if there's some kind of risk. I mean, the other one has it too. It's right around the light. So I get it just, I feel let down in a sense, but I feel like they should have thought about this. This should have been. Hopefully, they have their act together. I mean, they've had 3 or 4 years, so maybe they're doing better. Maybe their stuff has nothing. Maybe it's nothing like what I have. I feel like I got something that's just a test. You know, I spent money on a very nice looking product that is a piece of junk, and they're like, uh, selling it as the one of the best things to do. The whole idea of the pods being replaceable, and to me it was like, hey, it'd be pretty cool to grow my own stuff, and it seems like it's a no-brainer solution with minimal um, effort, in a sense, to do this kind of stuff. Like it seemed like a very cool way to get started into the whole gardening kind of stuff. Like, this would be the entryway. This would be the gateway to getting a green thumb, getting familiar with part of the process rather than jumping into everything all at once. It would be a system that is simple, low maintenance, introductory. I could walk through a whole plant life cycle and get experience, and then jump from there. And instead, I got something totally different. I got something that is riddled with problem after problem of, it just seems that these problems would be so easy to fix if they just had a focus group or test group, or if one person tested this first before they went out and said, hey, we need money, come to Kickstarter and help us make this product in bulk. They should have tested it first. They should have found the problems first. And I don't know if maybe they already knew the problems, but they were in like a bubble where they were like, oh, it won't matter, it only happens to a few people or something. But I don't know, all I'm doing is speculating here, and I'm just frustrated and upset with what they had done. Oh man. So that's that. I'm running off on a tangent, so yeah. I'm just upset, and I mean, the plants are growing. They're growing. That's pretty much what they said would happen. But everything involved in them growing, it's like, why didn't I just buy a flower pot or buy something from a store? It'd be so much simpler and easier. I believe um, there'd be less paranoia over the SOS distress calls. There'd be I'd put I you know, I already have a light. I already have a timer. Why the heck do I need this? You know, I thought it would be simple.